Happiness is a muscle. Build it. If you want to have a really buff body, you have to put in the reps. The same with happiness. The more you use your happiness tools, the better they're going to work for you and the happier you will become. Now, creating a happier outlook and a happier life is simple, but it's not easy. Here's what that means. First, you need to be aware of the thoughts you think automatically that don't serve you. We have a lot of them, and don't kid yourself. This one is hard. This step is hard. Research on how the brain processes thoughts shows that the more often that you think a thought, the more likely you are to believe that the thought is true. And if the thought's true, why shouldn't you think it, right? Well, first of all, it may or may not be objectively true. It just feels true because you've thought it a lot. Think about some of the things you were told as a child about you that really aren't true. The litmus test for you is, how does that thought make you feel? If it makes you feel good, great, keep it. If not, then that's a thought that doesn't serve you. That means it's worth the work it takes to make your brain stop thinking that thought. Second, each time you think a thought that makes you feel bad, you must interrupt the thought and replace it with a thought that makes you feel better. My favorite tool for this is the mental stop sign. I put a mental stop sign literally up in front of my face. Whatever tool works for you is fine. The old rubber band on the wrist trick that a lot of people use to quit smoking, that also works really well to stop thinking a thought that doesn't serve you. Find whatever tool works for you and use it every time you find a negative thought rattling around inside your noggin. Third, you need to focus on the positive, not the negative events that are around you, and be consistent with that focus. And especially be consistent about trying to put a positive spin on even the most negative events. Yes, bad things happen, but way more good things happen than bad. And when something bad happens in your life that you have to deal with, find the positive aspects and focus on those. How do you do that? Thankfully, there are tools that you can use. Now, just like when you want to hang a picture, you're going to reach for a hammer and a nail. When you want to change your thoughts, the right tools, like maybe the mental stop sign tool, are what you need. Here's an example. When I found out that my long-term marriage ended very suddenly and quite out of the blue, I was shocked. Okay, maybe it was out of the oblivious. That first night, I was numb. I didn't know what to feel or think. Early the next morning, I woke up with that, punched in the gut feeling. And then the internal questions started. What could I have done differently? What could I have done wrong? What could I do now? What will the rest of my life look like now that it's not going to look like what I thought it was going to look like? Clearly, that's a bunch of questions and thought processes that weren't serving me very well. Because I've worked with all of these happiness tools for most of my life, one of them came to the rescue almost by autopilot. The gratitude and appreciation in the moment tool kicked in and literally made me laugh out loud when I realized that henceforth and forevermore, in my house, the toilet paper was going to be hanging my way. The right way. I loved that the thought just popped into my head. That small moment reminded me that no matter what happened, life must go on and can still be fun. When you make a conscious effort to use the happiness tools that are available to everyone, optimism, pursuing goals, significant close relationships, being responsible for your actions, forgiveness, meditation, gratitude, and appreciation in the moment, when you use those tools, not only does your outlook on life change, your life changes. In my keynotes and workshops, audience members not only learn how to use all of those tools, they also have the tools' effectiveness validated by their peers. Each of these tools works. Pick two, use them regularly, and watch your life change. for the better. Use it. Don't lose it. I'm talking happiness here, and you'll have a happier life. Now, go have a happier day. You're in charge.